Hello and welcome on in to the George on Tap, What's on Tap, Sports on Tap show. And we're talking about everything going on in sports right now, especially today, here, September 17th. Make sure if you're watching, use promo code on tap on Underdog, and you'll be able to bet on player props. We have some player props for Thursday Night Football here. As you can see, you get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. We use RotoWire to use our picks and our Sports on Tap betting show. We went through all our picks. So make sure you can see that Sports on Tap in the link in my description. And you can go from there and, take a look at all our picks. But in the meantime, guys, let's talk about Thursday Night Football. I'm sorry. Let's talk about Monday Night Football. And is it time? We're going to have to restart that, gentlemen. I'm sorry. And ladies, let's talk about Monday Night Football. Is it time for the Philadelphia Eagles and their fans to panic? Is it panic time in Philadelphia? Nick Sirianni, people all off season were so absolutely fed up with him and his interviews. He seems a little bit above his skis for the most part. But is it time for them to actually panic? No. Plain and simple. I know fans in Philadelphia right now are probably panicking. They're probably upset. They're probably really, really confused about giving up that game-winning drive. They're probably even mad at Nick Sirianni's play calling. And it wasn't really him, it was Kellen Moore, let's be honest. But if Saquon Barkley didn't drop the pass, we're talking about a 2-0 Philadelphia Eagles team. And they're going to play the New Orleans Saints next. A battle of 2-0s. Instead, Saquon dropped the pass for the first down, didn't ice the game. And yes, the defense gave up a huge drive to Kirk Cousins right after. But you got to look at the bigger picture here. The offense looks really good. A.J. Brown was out. Jalen Hurts is making some mistakes, but overall, he's still a really good quarterback. Your run game is elite. The center you brought in to replace Jason Kelce looks like he is not missed a beat. Overall, the team has no reason to panic, no reason to worry, and they must know overall what they are. What is their actual destiny? I still think they're probably the best team in the NFC East. They're probably going to win the NFC East, them or the Cowboys. And if they don't, they can make the wild card. This is the NFL. It's a game of inches. It's a game of knowing what is going on with like the overall picture of the season. Yes, one game does sound really, really horrible. It feels bad. It doesn't feel good if you're an Eagles fan today, but it's not a reason to panic. There are a lot more teams that should panic than the Eagles. They're going to have games against the Commanders, who they should beat twice. They're going to have games against the Giants, as they should beat twice. They'll probably, as usual, split with Dallas. This is still a playoff team. Panic time is not here. And in general, if you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, hold your head up high. It's okay. You had a tough game. You had to go to Brazil, come back, play on prime time with a desperate Falcons team that could not go 0-2. And then you lost. It happens. This is the National Football League. You're not going to go 17-0. All right, let's talk about who I think are the three kings and three stooges of NFL quarterbacks. And I try to do this every single Tuesday. Come in, give you who are the three kings of NFL quarterbacks right now, who are the three stooges of NFL quarterbacks right now. And what do I mean by that? I mean, kings are players who have been absolutely on fire. They are the best quarterbacks right now in the NFL. This is not who had the best week. This is the best overall quarterback. We're going to start off with All right, you guys ready for this? Derek Carr. Like, Derek Carr deserves to be one of the three kings. Now, I don't think he's gonna necessarily be on this list the whole entire season. There's no way. I couldn't see it. But right now, he's playing as one of the three best quarterbacks in the NFL. He's only 13th in yard, but he's tied for first with 5 touchdowns and has a 96.2 QB rating. His stats, well, they've been unbelievably good. Against Dallas, he only had to throw the ball 16 times, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns. We added 1 on the ground. Against the Carolina Panthers, 19 for 23, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Derek Carr, you are, congratulations, one of the 3 kings. The second king, and these are no particular order, by the way, the 3 kings and 3 stooges. But Patrick Mahomes, I know his numbers haven't been through the roof. It doesn't matter. Until he loses a game or gets knocked down. He's had a bad season so far, but they're 2-0. He's found a way to win. To me, Patrick Mahomes, he probably played his worst game of his career last game against the Bengals. 18 for 25, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 29 on the ground. But doesn't change the fact that he's, no matter what, until someone knocks him off this completely, he's one of the 3 kings. And with the third king to me is someone who didn't make it last week. Last week was CJ Stroud. This week we got Josh Allen on our 3 kings. His biggest problem has been turning over the ball in his career. He has no interceptions, an 84.2 QBR, 3 touchdowns. His game logs, Thursday Night Football, 13 for 19. Didn't put up too many yards, touchdown, no picks. Against Arizona, led him into a comeback, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 39 on the ground with 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen is definitely one of the 3 kings, and he should be. Stooges, Bryce Young. He's not going to be on this list for long because he's no longer the starting quarterback. And I mean, how sad is this shit? You type in Bryce Young, ESPN has a picture of Andy Dalton who's taken his job. His season has been absolutely horrific. 18 for 26, 84 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick. And then that was last week. 84 yards, 3.2 per completion. And then against the Saints, he went 13 for 30 with no touchdowns, 2 picks, and added 1 garbage time rushing touchdown. His career, it's either his team or his career is over. They just suck. Daniel Jones is my second stooge. He played a little bit better last week, to be completely fair. But until he has a really good game, he's going to be a stooge on my end. I mean, 364 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 40.4 QBR, putting him 24th in the league in QBR. Daniel Jones is just no good. And last but not least, my third stooge is Will Levis, who has literally been an absolutely horrible decision maker. He shows flashes through some beautiful balls, but then he has these fumbles and interceptions in these moments where you're like, what are you doing, Will Levis? What are you doing? I mean, Twitter can, how people talk about him in general is just like, what is it? Like, look at this play here. I mean, the decision making by him is horrific. His coach doesn't even know what he's doing. The first game, this is how they lost. His decision making, I mean, is definition of what a stooge is. So once again, our 3 stooges are Will Levis, Daniel Jones, Bryce Young. Now that Bryce Young's benched, it's only appearance. You have to be a starter to be on this. And our 3 kings are Patrick Mahomes, Derek Carr, and Josh Allen. Let's talk about our top 5, bottom 5 NFL teams after week 3. There are some good teams. There are some really bad teams. And these are kind of in our order. We're going to start off with our bottom 5 NFL teams. Our bottom 5, the Panthers, 32. There's no hope. I bet on them 2 weeks in a row. Never, ever again. Done. I'm done with the Carolina Panthers. The Giants at 31. The New York Giants simply can't invent ways to lose. They're the first team ever in the history of the NFL, ever, to score 3 touchdowns in a game, give up 0 touchdowns in the game, and still find a way to lose. That's absurd. Number 30, the Rams. The Rams, well, the reason they're on the bottom 5 is not because of their personnel, their head coach, or their quarterback. It's simply they just have so many injuries. I do not know how they can recover. The injuries for them are absurd. It's just a season from hell already. And that's why they're 30. 29, the Broncos. The Titans. Been the Broncos. Titans. Will Levis is a quarterback. Their defense looks frisky. They could be 2-0. They literally could be 2-0, but the quarterback play is so poor that they're 0-2. And then the Broncos. I think the Broncos will just get a little bit better as the season progresses. But right now, they are just a bad team. All right, number 5. Now the top 5. The Saints. I don't know if I believe in the Saints, but they definitely put up back-to-back 40-point games, and they've done really good, and they've won both games, so they deserve a spot in the top 5. Number 4, the Chargers. Harbaugh, wherever he goes, turns around things quickly. They've turned it around. They're good. They're amazing. You got to love the Chargers and how they're playing. Number 3, the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud is incredible. He's probably, to me right now, the 4th best quarterback in the NFL. He's going to get even better. Nico Collins on Sunday Night Football was like a welcome to the Nico Collins show. Texans are just good. Number 2, the Buffalo Bills. I had the Bills having a down year. I thought they were going to actually not be very good this season. I thought they would regress. I thought all the playoff heartbreak would bring them into the season starting off slow. Instead, they haven't missed a beat. Josh Allen looks better than ever. And they're a team that can definitely make a run. And number 1, the Kansas City Chiefs. Look, until you knock off the champs, they're number 1. They won despite Patrick Mahomes having the worst game I've ever seen Patrick Mahomes play. Plain and simple to me, that makes them one of the top 5 teams in the NFL. So once again, let's recap this for you guys. Our bottom 5 are the Panthers at 32, Giants at 31, Rams at 30, Titans 29, and Broncos 28. And our top 5 are the Chiefs 1, Bills 2, Texans 3, Chargers 4, and Saints 5. That's our top 5, and that's our bottom 5 NFL after week 2. All right, guys, thank you for watching. This has been the George on Tap, What's on Tap, Sports on Tap show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to try to make the show a little more dynamic here coming up in the future, add some graphics and things like this, but bear with me as I'm building out what this show is really going to be about. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment in, and we'll see you guys next time.